don't see how y'all see that. I don't see how y'all can find a basketball player that lived on this earth better than this bald head guy right here, number 2-3, that played for the Chicago Bulls. But you know, people have their reasonings and stuff like that, man, which be crazy. In this video right here, man, we got...
All right, welcome back to the show, everyone. Hope you all are having a good day so far. So I had a request to watch this video from the members section here, and this is to check back in on Groovy. And yeah, it has been a little while now, hasn't it? I think this one is titled "Destroying Every Jordan Criticism That Says He's Not the GOAT." Interesting to see where how far Groovy has come. Every time I do a reaction of his nowadays, I'm just reminded of the very first time I reacted to one of his, and he was still like so hardcore into LeBron camp, but he has come a complete 180 at this point, and it's actually really cool to see. Anyways, you guys, no need for a long intro. If you know She Love Groovy, then you know what we're in for. I'm curious what he has to say here, and I don't even know what video he's reacting to. Every criticism that is not a GOAT sounds like a Basketball Universe title, but we'll find out here in a second. Anyways, as I always do, I'm going to link the original video down below in the description for you. So if you want to check out Groovy's channel, which I highly recommend, link is down below in the description. You also see a list of channel members. Shout out channel members. I appreciate you guys very, very much. And guys, let's get right into this. Without further ado, you can help the video out by hitting that like button and hitting that hype button. And let's enjoy this.
Wow.
Well, Jordan's competition wasn't the same as the players now.
By the way, am I good or am I good? It's a Basketball Universe title. Man, I'm starting to get to know this YouTube basketball community pretty well at this point.
Really? Because in the 1988 season, where he won his first MVP, he was competing against Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, Isaiah Thomas, Hakeem Olajuwon, Charles Barkley, Karl Malone, John Stockton, Dominique Wilkins, Patrick Ewing, and Clyde
Do
Drexler.
your research.
Yep. Plumbers and firemen, all of them.
Destroying Michael Jordan critics one by one for the GOAT. Hey, it's a good one right here, man. We all know MJ got a lot of critics. There's a lot of people that just think other players are better than Michael Jordan, which is crazy as hell.
Nah, Groovy. Jordan doesn't even have critics. There's LeBron fans out there. And those are the ones who are doing all this. Anybody else other than like a hardcore LeBron fan is not saying trash about MJ.
I don't see how y'all see that. I don't see how y'all can find a basketball player that lived on this earth better than this bald head guy right here, number 2-3, that played for the Chicago Bulls.
Right.
But you know, people have their reasonings and stuff like that, man, which be crazy. In this video right here, man, we got Basketball Universe. That's gonna get rid of all these critics saying that MJ not the GOAT. You know what I'm saying? He about to silence y'all right now in this very moment right here, man. So before we get into it, man, like the video, comment down below any videos y'all want me to react to next, and last but not least, sub up, man. Let's see what Basketball Universe got to say to all the MJ critics out there, man. I need this man to shut every one of y'all up.
Okay, and just now I'm starting to remember, I think some of you actually asked me to react to the Basketball Universe video as well. So it looks like we're going to do two in one here.
A lot of y'all don't even make no sense. Talking about MJ playing plumbers. And
right.
MJ not like that for real. MJ couldn't fit in this era. Like, man, y'all crazy as hell.
I know. Tell him to just watch the 92 finals, game 1. Just like end it. Can he fit in this era? Yeah, he'd be just fine.
To believe that Michael Jordan is the GOAT? Absolutely not. Some of the most knowledgeable people in basketball have their own opinions on who they think the greatest player of all time is. In fact, it makes these types of debates fun when there's a variety of opinions.
Yeah.
But when you use false narratives to tear down Michael Jordan, that's when there's a problem.
Exactly.
And there are many ridiculous critiques.
Yeah, and that's not how it used to be. You know, if you watch any of the older guys, you know, like Jordan's generation or even older, like the ex-NBA stars, and they talk about their greatest, if they don't say Jordan and they say like Kareem, or they say like Wilt or Russell, or, you know, some will say Jerry West. Like, if they don't say like, well, Jordan didn't do this and blah, blah, blah. They'll just say like, no, man. You know, it's because I think that person's the best. They did this and they did this, and that's why I think that they're the best. They don't need to discredit Jordan, and that's why I like that the old debate a lot better, is because if I was advocating for Jordan, I wouldn't be disrespecting all the old guys that they like too. I'd just be like, no, man, just, you know, straight up, this is why MJ's the GOAT to me.
On the near consensus GOAT, we're going to go one by one and tear each one of them down by using logic and numbers.
Let's get it, man.
The most popular one that we see is that Jordan went 1-9 in the playoffs before Scottie Pippen was drafted.
I heard that.
In other words, people are disqualifying him for what he failed to do in the first 3 seasons of his career. If we're using that logic, then poor Wemby. He's already disqualified for failing in his rookie season. His team missed the playoffs, and the Spurs went 22-60. I guess those people don't have LeBron James as their GOAT. His team missed the playoffs in his first 2 seasons.
Yes, sir.
At least the Bulls reached the playoffs. And what about
point.
Kobe Bryant?
So I know, yeah, you want to just consider that he lost his first 8 games then? Or would it be 6 back then? 3 or 6 games in the playoffs if you want to be petty about it because he didn't even make the playoffs? I don't need to be petty like that. Man, it ain't about how you start. It's about how you finish. It's what you become. And we saw what Jordan became. Okay, so he had like 6 years of building into his dominant character that he would become. And then once he did, he never looked back. So I don't know. I don't get this just looking at the first couple of seasons of a player, because that's when they're babies. You know, look at Kobe in his first 2 years. We're going to judge him off of that? Why would we? He was a kid. Judge him when he's a man. What did he do when he was a man in the league?
He was coming off the bench for his first 2 seasons. What did he do to contribute to the Lakers' success?
Right.
I seriously hope that you caught my sarcastic tone.
Not gonna lie though, man. Like, I don't see why people say that too about Jordan, bro. Before Pippen came, he lost every playoff series. He couldn't beat nobody. Bro, he young as hell coming into the league. And before they drafted him, the Bulls, I think they was one of the worst defensive teams in the league. So it's like, bro, how can one player literally change a whole franchise just like that?
Yeah, that's just one of the worst defensive teams, one of the worst teams in the league.
Come on, bro.
That's how they got the number 3 pick.
That's not how it worked, bro. Like, the player has to develop first, and then you got to put the right pieces around him, and then you see where that goes. Bro. You can't just discredit his greatness just because early on in his career he didn't win as much. What rookie just come into the NBA and just start winning hella regular season games, playoff games, getting to the finals? Like, bro, nobody's doing that instantly, bro. And as you can see from these other superstars like a LeBron, a Wemby, man, like, they get to these teams, yeah, like, you know, there's some promise there, but the wins don't rack up right away, bro. Like, it takes time, you know, and same with Kobe too. Like, he didn't really get the opportunity at first, you know, like, greatness take time, bro. Like, it don't happen overnight.
Agreed.
I believe it's foolish to
said.
put that much weight on what a player failed to do that early in their career.
And I'll just add, you can take on any team sport, any sport that works that way. Nobody just comes into the league, in any league, and all of a sudden dominates everybody as a rookie. It's an unrealistic expectation. And even the LeBron fans who are using this to throw at Jordan, like shade to throw at Jordan, their guy didn't do it either. He didn't make the playoffs the first 2 years. So I don't even understand where they're coming from on this. What are these unrealistic expectations that they don't even hold to their person?
But if you want to have a serious conversation on Jordan's supposed failures without Scottie Pippen, then we can break it down. In the 1983-84 season, the Bulls won 27 games.
Yep.
Okay.
In Jordan's rookie season, they won 38 games, which is an 11-game improvement.
Yep, improvement.
They went from being the second worst team in the league to a playoff team.
Wow.
And they were playing the Milwaukee Bucks in the first round, who won 59 games. Expecting a rookie to carry such a weak team to victory over a legitimate title contender is beyond nonsense.
Yeah, no. We could just throw away this section right here, because, I mean, not the section of the video, but this argument. Did Michael Jordan make the playoffs his first year? Yes. Did LeBron make the playoffs his first year? No. Then shut up. I don't want to hear no Scottie Pippen, none of this. Jordan by himself made the playoffs. Did LeBron? No. What about the second year? Did Jordan make the playoffs? Yes. Did LeBron? No. So just stop it. Like, this is embarrassing. It's arguments against themselves, but I feel like they're just not smart enough to realize it.
Crazy.
In the following season, he broke his foot and missed 64 games. With him gone, the Bulls won 30 games. If anything, this proves how little talent the Bulls had other than Michael Jordan.
Damn.
They somehow reached the playoffs.
They got George Gervin that year too, to kind of supplement that.
And they faced what many consider the greatest team of all time. The Boston Celtics won 37 more games than the Bulls. Jordan averaged 43.7 points per game on 51% shooting.
He tried his best, man.
And they still couldn't win a game.
Yeah, so Jordan in his second year in the playoffs, he averaged 43 points a game. What did LeBron do in the playoffs in his second year? Oh, 0. Okay, cool.
Crazy.
Do you seriously want to blame Michael for that?
Yeah, you can't blame
Hey guys,
him.
I'm just being a sarcastic asshole at this point. I'm being petty because they're the ones who are making these arguments, and I'm just defending. I'm just defending the point. Do I care that LeBron didn't make the playoffs the first 2 years? Hell no, I don't. I don't. His career was just getting started. It doesn't matter where you start. It matters what you become. But like I said, when someone throws fire at you, you just gotta kind of like, just throw the fire right back. I don't know what else to do with this situation. Just ricochet.
Do you seriously want to blame Michael for that?
Hell
Yeah, you
no.
can't blame him.
Check out what happened in the next season. Remember, we're talking about the same team that won 30 games with Jordan out with an injury. They lost their 4 best scoring options. Orlando Woolridge was traded for a second-round draft pick.
Okay.
Quentin Daly left to play for the Clippers. George Gervin left to play in Italy. And Sidney Green was traded away for pieces that ended up being of no use. So this team, that wasn't talented to begin with, lost all of their best scorers. Who was called upon to help MJ on the offensive end? It was Charles Okelly, who was only in his second season. This team was so bad that the New York Times wrote that if Jordan concentrated on passing to the other Bulls, Chicago might finish 20-62 or 0.
Damn.
The only way they could remain competitive was if he won games by himself.
Yeah.
Wow.
That led him to average his career high 37.1 points, which is still the highest average since the merger.
37 points a
Thanks to
game?
Boston Celtics.
Closest thing I've ever seen to this is 05 Kobe. Saying because he was in the same predicament. Like, there's no one else on his team that can get you a win. Kobe, good luck. And I believe that's the year Kobe got 35 PPG. It's like, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? But it looks bad. It looks like bad basketball because it kind of is. But if one man can get you that win and the other guys can't, no matter what, hey man, we got to get some wins. MJ, you got to get to work.
The first round. You know, the team that had 5 Hall of Fame players.
Yep.
One player cannot contend with that, no matter how good they are.
Bro, come on, bro. Let's use logic here, y'all. This man, Michael Jordan, was averaging 37 points per game. And his team damn near needed every single point. And like you said, bro, if he was to pass the ball, they probably would lose more games, bro. MJ was their best chance of scoring points. And obviously in a basketball game, you have to play defense. And MJ can't play defense by himself. And even on the offensive end, if he's scoring all the points, it's predictable, bro.
Yeah.
Like, all they got to do is just get the ball out of MJ hands or trap him or,
triple team him.
or something like that, bro. He cannot beat a team by itself. And then at that, they played one of the greatest teams of all time, the Boston Celtics. Larry Bird and them, Robert Parrish, Kevin McHale, Dennis Johnson, Danny Ainge, Bill Walton, bro, they was stacked.
What's wild to me is that he did beat a lot of teams by himself. Like that was kind of the statement that was made, that he's so good with this terrible team, he's still getting enough wins to get into the playoffs. It's a wild story.
Ain't no way in hell Jordan was finna beat them 1-on-5. What the hell?
Yeah, not that
people
team.
say Jordan couldn't beat Bird. Yes, Bird was one of the greatest of all time too as well, man. But Larry Bird had some pieces though. He had a team around him at the time, man. I wish I could have saw Bird at his peak and Jordan at his peak. That would have been crazy, but obviously, bro, like Michael Jordan wasn't in his prime right now. He didn't have no type of pieces around him or anything, man. And Bird, you know, he had a squad, so that's why Bird was always whooping on Jordan.
Yeah, no, the only fair matchup would be like 92 Bulls versus 86 Celtics, like prime on prime. I would like to see that matchup. That's fair. Jordan and his guys, even though he's not Jordan in 92 had one Hall of Famer with him, Scottie Pippen. And Bird has a lot more Hall of Famers, but I think that's the fairest match. Championship team, Bulls, versus championship team, Celtics. Let them ride.
In the next season, the Bulls drafted Scottie Pippen and Horace Grant.
Okay.
They also traded for Sam Vincent, who was a sharp outside shooter.
Okay.
This was a season where they finally got out of the first round. How much did those two players contribute to the 1988 playoffs? Well, in that first round series, Jordan averaged 45.2 points per game, while Pippen and Grant averaged a combined 19.4 points. Come on, people.
Wow, that's crazy.
The numbers clearly indicate that he didn't need Scottie Pippen to advance past the first round.
Damn.
Obviously not, because he was only a rookie. He just needed competent players who could help a little on the offensive end.
Yeah.
Right.
What about in 1989?
And a little defensively too, because that is something that Horace and Scotty both brought, but not that to that level right out of the gate. Not as a rookie, but in the years to come, they definitely did help on the defensive end. But yeah, no, you're right. It's just that he had competent players at this point, like capable players, and that was enough to get him out of the first round. Jordan did the rest of the heavy lifting.
When the Bulls made the conference finals, how much did they contribute?
Let's see.
Pippen averaged 13.1 points, and Grant averaged 10.8 points
that's
in the
it?
playoffs. Jordan averaged 34.8 points.
That's my dog.
He also led the team in assists and steals.
Damn.
Whoa, what was that again? 7.6 assists, 2.5 steals. Yeah, it looks like MJ.
Doesn't that sound like a one-man show to you?
Yes.
If not, let's look at a historical comparison. Let's look at the 1994 Houston Rockets.
94?
You know,
Oh,
the team
yeah.
where we're all in agreement that they were a one-man show led by Hakeem Olajuwon. Their second leading scorer was Otis Thorpe, who averaged 14 points per game. And even Vernon Maxwell averaged more than Scottie. He averaged 13.6 points for the 1994 playoffs.
Wow.
Now let's look at the 2001 Philadelphia 76ers.
Okay.
This team was led by Allen Iverson.
Yeah, total one-man
and a bunch
show.
of role players / defensive specialists. Aaron McKee and Dikembe Mutombo both averaged more points in the playoffs than Scottie Pippen did.
Wow.
This is the point that I'm trying to make. I believe it's
Yo, interesting. What was Snow doing? 4.5 assists, 9.3. Dikembe getting the rebounds that year, 13.7. I love Mutombo. Anybody else putting up some points? Not really. Okay.
than Scottie Pippen did.
Wow.
This is the point that I'm trying to make. I believe it's common knowledge that a star player needs great teammates to win a championship.
They do, yeah.
No one is denying that he couldn't do it without Pippen.
Yeah.
But to say that he couldn't succeed
course.
without him is completely missing the facts of the matter.
Yeah, Pippen just represents the one reliable teammate he had. That's all Pippen. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to demean anybody here, but that's what Pippen represented. Finally, someone MJ can count on. So it's the name Pippen has become, it's gotten a little messed up now, because it's not Pippen specifically. And it's like, if you don't have anyone but Pippen, then Jordan couldn't succeed. But Pippen was the guy who got drafted, and he stepped up into the role of being that guy Jordan can count on both ends of the floor. Jordan just needed a dude like that, and he got it, you know? But it could have been someone else. It could have been a Charles Barkley or a Dennis Rodman, or even like a Joe, like an Isaiah Thomas or something like that. You could have had a Larry Bird, you know. He could have had I don't know. You know, there's just, you know, say he had like a Tracy McGrady later in his career. That could have worked. Just players like this. He had a Patrick Ewing, you know, a Dikembe Mutombo. Just somebody you can depend on that's going to do their job, do it well, and help out in the places where Jordan, so Jordan can focus on scoring. That's all they needed, and Pippen happened to be that dude.
Wow. Here's the next Jordan critique.
Jordan was going to succeed regardless, bro.
Alonzo Mourning, so you know, somebody like that.
The Detroit Pistons 3 years in a row should disqualify him as the GOAT. Now, I'm not going to sit here and discredit what the Pistons accomplished. They are a historically great team that played incredibly well together. Just as I mentioned about the Boston Celtics earlier, one great player wasn't going to be that team. But is that enough?
What a block by
one great player.
Hold up. Check out this block by David Robinson.
Just as I mentioned about the Boston Celtics earlier.
Boom.
One great player wasn't going to be that team. But is that enough to disqualify him? Are we taking away points for a player losing in the playoffs?
No, because then who's the GOAT? You can't say LeBron. When did LeBron win a championship by himself? Exactly.
I believe we shouldn't.
No.
Here's why. 99% of all players that have ever played in the NBA lost more than they won. Unless your GOAT is Bill Russell, that line of argument is simply flawed.
And even if you're Bill Russell, though, like if Bill Russell's your guy, you can't say, oh, yeah, he won with a bunch of scrubs. No, he didn't. No, he didn't. He had the best players for the most part. Most of the best players he had. Not all the best players, but I mean, you just dropped the name Kuzi and it's over already. You know, you can't say he played with scrubs at all. So I'm thinking about it, and there's not one person who's in contention for the greatest of all time that didn't play with great players. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar played with Oscar, played with Magic and the Showtime Lakers. Magic Johnson played with Kareem and the Showtime Lakers. Larry Bird, we already went through that. Who the hell else is there? LeBron, with too many to list, and the latest one is Luka Doncic. Like, he's had way too many people to team up with. Even Dwayne Wade, you know, when did he's not in the GOAT contention. Shaquille O'Neal, he had to win with multiple stars. Steph Curry, that one's a little interesting, but he's a little far on my list. But yeah, man, everybody had reliable, good teammates. That's what a championship team is, because it's a team sport. This isn't like 1v1 tennis.
The question that we should be really asking is, did Jordan cause the Bulls to lose?
No.
Did he deserve any of the blame?
Nope.
That is where we really go hard on the players. Think of LeBron's performance in the 2011 finals, Kobe in the 2004 finals, or Magic Johnson in the 1984 finals. Let's look at the numbers for each playoff series.
Let's see.
In 1988, Jordan averaged 27.4 points on 49% shooting.
Nice.
Remember,
That's smooth.
this was the same team that invented the Jordan rules and supposedly shut him down. But that's not what the numbers say.
Nah.
Instead,
He still
they
got
did a
off.
great job of shutting down everyone else. Their second leading scorer, Sam Vincent, averaged 12.8 points on 41% shooting.
Damn.
The Bulls were nowhere near as talented
41.
as the Pistons, and that's why they lost in 5 games.
Damn.
If that was the case in 1988, then we can say the same in 1989. The Pistons won 63 games, while the Bulls won 47 games. It was almost the same story. Jordan averaged 29.7 points on 46% shooting. Their second leading scorer, Craig Hodges, averaged 12 points on 45% shooting.
That means Jordan was getting trapped, and then Craig Hodges was waiting to bomb some threes. Good.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. So those 2 series where the Bulls lost to the bad boy Pistons, Jordan still got off.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Damn near shooting 50% from the field. they could not really stop Jordan, bro. It was really his teammates who couldn't really produce for them. You know what I'm saying? Like, his second leading scorer averaging 12 points. Like, how can you advance to the finals with that? This is hard to look at, bro. Jordan didn't really have any help for real on the offensive end, bro. Like, this is sad, bro.
No, Groovy, like, I got to say, I don't have the numbers in front of me right now, but I'm pretty damn confident in saying this. I don't think it exists one playoff series in his career where Jordan played what we would call bad. You know, shot like 30%. He got held to like 20 points a game. Nothing like that ever exists. Like, these series against the bad boy Pistons might be the closest to it. But if you compare that to anyone else's numbers, they're God tier, you know? So I don't think it exists that he had a bad series. You can never blame Jordan that they lost the playoff series, in other words, while other players, we can. A lot of players, and if you're talking about the stupid LeBron thing, we could say that a lot about LeBron.
The hell? I did not know nobody else on his team could put up 15 again.
Yeah.
In the following season, the Bulls finally had the talent to give the Pistons a fair fight. And how did they perform? If you look at the stat line, there were only 2 players who shot over 43% from the field. That was Michael Jordan and Charles Davis, who took a grand total of 1 shot that series.
What?
On the other hand, MJ averaged 32.1 points, while leading the team in assists and steals. Did the Bulls lose because of him in those 3 seasons?
Nope.
Bro.
No. Did he underperform at a shockingly low level
No.
where people question his individual greatness?
No.
No. In fact, he was the only reason the series in 1988 and 1989 were competitive.
Yeah.
Wow.
The Pistons knew they couldn't contain him. The numbers say they never did.
I mean, can you imagine that the Pistons have to come up with a specific rule set called the Jordan rules, intentionally, specifically to stop one man, Michael Jordan? And people can hear this and go, well, Jordan sucked. Jordan sucked in those series. You're not understanding what's going on. Jordan was so overpowered that they had to do whatever they could to physically put his ass on the ground to stop him. You know, he was Air Jordan at this point. So it's the only way to take the guy out of the air and make him stop flying is to put him on the ground. That's how great he was. All right. That was the only way to beat Jordan at this point. And this is solo mission Jordan, you know, barely getting any help.
Instead, they contained everyone else.
They did,
And
yeah.
that's why they lost.
Damn.
Once his teammates increased their level of play, they were able to crush the Detroit Pistons in 1991. I was able to break this down in this video, and I encourage everyone to watch it to get the full analysis of that series. But there should be no shame in losing to a historically great team while you're the only strong scoring
Yeah,
option.
they lost to the champs, man.
Yeah, fact.
The next critique is that he was only a scorer, that he wasn't a great all-around player.
I mean, this video already debunked that with showing all of his defensive numbers. You know, that one's not even, I don't even want to entertain that one. Look at his rebounding, look at his passing, you know, look at his defense. He played both sides of the ball. I don't want to hear he's only a scorer. It's the dumbest argument ever. And no one who ever watched him would say those things.
Well, does an all-around player just involve standing around in defense to grab the rebounds and dishing out a lot of assists? Or does all-around also involve playing both ends of the floor?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because in
they do.
1988, he was the only player to ever win the scoring title and Defensive Player of the Year in the same season.
Come on, bro.
Yep.
Come on,
Yeah.
bro. That's that right
That's-
there.
it's
Should
over.
literally end it. For all the people that's just saying MJ's a scorer.
Yeah.
This man won the scoring title and the Defensive Player of the Year title in one season.
Yeah, game over.
Bro, that's crazy as hell to think about, bro. In that specific season, he was the best offensive player and the best defender in the same season, bro. That's OD, bro. Who's doing that, gang? Who's doing that, bro? This man is a special breed
Yeah,
right
he
here,
one
bro.
of one.
How do you have the stamina to run up and down the court, play offense, get buckets on the offensive end, and then come back down on the defensive end and lock up your assignment. How do you have the energy for that, bro? This man was a machine.
Yeah, he was.
Oh, and by the way, he was the MVP. Then in 1989, he averaged 32.5 points, 8 assists, and 8 rebounds. How many
That's
players
all around.
Yeah. Once he, I did. On top of that, you guarantee he got like 2.5 steals a game, and probably like 1.5 blocks per game. What do you want from the man? What is he not doing?
History of the league have been able to match or surpass those numbers? Just one. That's Luka Doncic in this offensive-friendly league. Here's the difference, though.
Yeah, Luka don't play no defense, so I don't. If Luka won Defensive Player of the Year all of a sudden as well, then I'd be like, yeah, we can compare these guys.
Jordan averaged 2.9 steals.
There it is.
While Luka averaged
2.9 steals.
That's what made Michael's stat line one of a kind.
2.9.
Then the 1991 finals, Jordan averaged 11.4 assists for the series. Do you know how many players have averaged more assists in the finals?
Just one, Magic.
Just one. That's Magic Johnson.
Wow.
Not even John
bro.
Stockton, Jason Kidd,
Damn.
Chris Paul, LeBron James,
Damn.
Isaiah Thomas, Rajon Rondo, or Oscar Robinson
Playmakers
have done better.
These are playmakers.
Yes.
The reality is
not
that
shooting guard. Yeah, you're dead right, Groovy. These aren't shooting guards. These are playmakers. And MJ is a scoring assassin. Yet he did it. He was able to get those 11 assists in the finals. Oh man! And why did he do it? I really think he was outdoing Magic. He was doing a Magic performance against Magic to beat Magic, and I think that was his way of taking the torch. You know, it's my turn now.
he has always been more than just a scorer.
Wow.
Well, Jordan's competition wasn't the same as the players now. Really? Because in the 1988 season, where he won his first MVP, he was competing against Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, Isaiah Thomas, Hakeem Olajuwon, Charles Barkley, Karl Malone, John Stockton, Dominique Wilkins,
Oh my
Patrick
God.
Ewing, and Clyde
Do your
Drexler.
research.
All of them were in their prime. All of them recorded great numbers. None of them could compete with what MJ was accomplishing. Then we have the 90s decade.
Crazy.
The younger fans might be done with it, but that may be because they are scared of the truth.
Yeah, they are.
Do you know how many teams in those 10 years
Damn.
won over 50 games? 78. And we're taking away the 1999 season because of the lockout. We're halfway through this decade, and there have only been 25 teams that have won over 50 games. I don't know about you,
It's crazy.
but it seems like one era of basketball was much more competitive than the other. And in that era, Jordan's teams dominated.
Damn.
That's all I know. But that's enough for me. Now it's time for you all to weigh in. How would you respond to each of these criticisms? What are some of the crazy things that you have heard people say to simply knock MJ off the GOAT position?
Yeah.
Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching.
In the comments down below, man, y'all let me know some of the craziest things y'all have heard about MJ to try to tear this man down in the GOAT debate, man. It's a lot of things people be saying to try to discredit this man, but this man is the greatest player of all time.
Yes, sir.
Basketball Universe literally broke it down for y'all, bro. Got all of y'all up out the way, man, with straight facts. The craziest thing I've heard about MJ was about his era and the fact that it wasn't competitive and he didn't play against nobody. He played against plumbers. This man played against so many Hall of Famers throughout his career, bro, in a tough era where they actually played defense, bro. And this man was a two-way, bro. This man was winning scoring titles, winning Defensive Player of the Year awards, winning MVPs. This man damn near averaging 3 steals a game while giving you 30, 35 plus a game. And then if you see him in the playoffs, he might give you 40 a game. Like, this man is different, bro. This man is different, bro. And then people like to say, oh, all he do is score. Bro, He put up the second highest assist per game average in the finals behind Magic Johnson. 11 assists a game? Even I didn't know MJ was dishing a rock like that, bro. We not giving this man enough flowers, bro. This man could play make. He was an all-around player because he could rebound too. He could play defense. Like, he did literally everything on a basketball court. This man literally had no flaws, bro. This man is a true GOAT, bro. Because when it mattered the most, man, 6-0, 6 finals MVPs, bro. And for all the people that's trying to discredit MJ, you know, for his early on, you know, failures and not making it far in the playoffs, bro, y'all cannot discredit him for that, bro. That was a young Mike coming fresh into the league, bro, to a situation where, you know, the Bulls was damn near the worst defensive team in the NBA, bro. He literally was a one-man show, averaging 40 in the playoffs against a stacked Larry Bird Celtics team. There was nobody on his team that could crack 15 points a game, bro. That's sad. You feel me? And it's like when he got to the playoffs, he was literally the only person doing what he needed to do. So I'm not going to discredit him for that, bro. Literally, because when they put the right pieces around him, bro, he literally couldn't be stopped. You feel what I'm saying, man? So shout out Michael Jordan, man. Shout out the GOAT, man. If y'all like this reaction, man, hit the like button. Comment down below any videos y'all want me to check out next. And last but not least, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Groovy signing out. I'm going to catch y'all in the next video.
Dang, man. Great video. Great reaction. I feel like I've covered everything like in like per section when we were talking about each section. I mean, yeah, I could just sum it up like Groovy did though. It's just every narrative that you have against Jordan, it's just embarrassing these people because it's so easy to turn it around and be like, nope, you're wrong because of this. Check this out. You know, Jordan can't go left. All you need to do is research for about 2 minutes. Watch some footage, Jordan goes left. Jordan can't shoot threes. Watch the first like couple of minutes of the 92 finals, you'll shut up real fast. You know, shoot. You want to talk about like the early years? That makes no sense. In any job that you've ever done at an entry level, you know, coming right out of college or coming up right out of high school, were you the greatest of all time in that job right out of the bat? Like year one, were you the greatest of all time as, I don't know, a fries cashier or whatever the hell you did at that age? While Jordan is out here playing in the NBA trying to be the greatest, you know, all of us are working like, you know, our scrub jobs at that age. Were we the greatest of all time right out of the bat? Were we winning championships, you know, outperforming everybody right out of the gate? Probably not. And if we were, did we continue to do so to get to the point where we're the greatest in that position of all time? I doubt we did it. You know? And I don't get like the Jordan only scored thing. Yeah, he scored more than everybody, but he also played harder defense than everybody else. And when he needed to pass, if you double team him, triple team him, he did. When he needed to rebound, he did. Block shots, get steals, he did all that. And the thing is, he would do whatever else is necessary outside of scoring, whatever needed, but the scoring never went down. He never relinquished that responsibility. He would just add secondary and third responsibilities to, you know, to the list that he has to accomplish. Like, you know, 91 finals against Magic. He knew he was going to have to out Showtime. But does that mean his scoring declined? No. His scoring was off the charts, but he also out-facilitated Magic. No disrespect to Magic. Magic knows it because Magic talks about the 91 finals all the time. And he said, that's when I knew this guy's the greatest. You know, like it's over. 91 finals. It's done. Nobody can do what this guy, Michael Jordan, is doing. And I think we all realized it at that point. Anyways. Yeah, the silly debate. Guys, I'm out of here. Thank you so much for watching. Go check out Groovy's channel. The link is down below. Everyone, I appreciate you. I will see you all in the comments. Like the vid. Subscribe to the channel if you want more content like this. Hit that subscribe plus if you'd like to support the channel. Shout out to members. And most importantly, everybody, it's the be water, my friends.